Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. Now, I have a great rack, I have the blank, and the rest of the tiles are pretty bingo-y. I have 8 taxis with the blank as an I. Probably not a huge number of bingos with this rack. The X isn't fantastically bingo-y, but I've certainly got one. And probably quite a few 8s through the right floater. Okay, Dinar takes an S, so I certainly have 8 taxis in column 9. Do I have a double-double in column 5 or a triple word play in column 8? Now, Anatexis is good. That's not a double-double, but it is a double. Just looking at A taxis in row I, but RI not good. Let me consider this rack plus either an I or an R. Mainly an I. Difficult to have two different floaters in mind. Not seen anything so far. That's my 7, which does play in row G, getting the X doubled. Meet axes through an E. That's Anatexis. No, close to ecstasies, but that's 2 E's. Okay, I think I'm going to go with A taxis here. Fewer floaters and a bigger score than column 5. And, well, a non-bingo-y pick, but it's fairly balanced, and I've got some scoring tiles, so hopefully I can score and sort the rack out. And there are a couple of good spots for scoring tiles. The triple letter squares above An and I. Now I have Wiper in row H. And I have Brew in row F, so I have a choice of bingos. Not bingos, a choice of plays. Any other hot spots? Well, I guess B and W both go underneath TA. Warb is good. Gosh, just looking at Wiper beginning above An. Just fails above the I, although I do have Wipe in that spot. Not sure if there are any 3-letter front extensions of Dinar. None has come to mind. Over 40 points for Wiper, and that will be taking out the double-double lane. Opponent played 5 bingo-y tiles and has therefore got 5 random tiles, but that could leave him with a bingo or a tricky rack. Now, opponent's played 50 points, good score for opponent. Fortunately, my Wiper spot remains available for 41. Is this best? Don't think I can play the B in this spot. Yeah, I am going with this. Now through an L, I think I would have Burlead. No L available. But again, a balanced rack with scoring tiles. Fairly non-bingo-y. I think rebuy is good. But rebought is its past tense. Row E quite hot because of front hooks for X. My D and Y can go on that spot. I really would like to get rid of B, U and Y. All of the remaining tiles are bingo-y. So where can I do that? Okay, well, opponent's gone for only 20 points in the hot spot identified. Plays an L, not in the right spot as a floater. Lex takes F, I and U in front. So this is quite nice. I think buy here for 27 points, leaving a decent rack leave. It's quite good, and I think RE are better on my rack than scoring a miserable 2 more points, so I am going with this. Now, through an A, I would have threaded. No A available, but maybe opponent will be drawn to playing in column 8 and providing floaters. Not seeing a 7 with this rack. I lead by 60. Opponent on turn. Not seeing a 7. Not seeing anything with the E, usually a useful floater, but as it happens I have 2 on my rack. But is there really nothing with that E? Supposing it ended DE. No, not seeing anything. Now I have the H for score and I'm looking to sort out the duplicate D. So what are my options? Oh wow, great bingo by opponents. Does play an A, not in the right spot for a bingo. In fact, only the L is a bingo floater, and I don't have anything. So I have herded in column 3 at the bottom, playing off 6 tiles. But scoring quite well, 41 points, that's more than I was expecting. Setting up a super hot Z spot, which I might draw. Is there anything better? I don't mind playing off both E's because there are floating E's on both sides of the board. Is this best? Yes, I think it is. And I draw the Q, my old friend from the previous game where I drew it 3 times. And there is an available U. But the best I can see with that is Toke. For 28. Still 1 U to come, which isn't many, and a lot of I's. No I's available for Chi. I'm wondering with P and Y whether I should be looking to score with them rather than playing Toke. The problem with Toke being the T in the middle of column 1. 30 points for opponent. Pell is good. Wow, I have poet and an E for Ed, but I don't have a valid word there. Teapoy is on my rack. That could play in column 5. What does lung take? Well, it takes an E. I don't think it takes a Y. I think I've made that mistake before. Maybe play Toke. I'm going to score with P and Y next turn. I am burning the Q. I'm getting 28 points. Are there any other alternative Q spots? And look at this. This O is pretty hot for my P and Y in column 2. I'm turning over 4 tiles, which is good in terms of drawing the Z. And I'm definitely going to be scoring next turn with this rack. Is there anything else other than toque in this spot? No, I don't think so. I am going with this. Okay, well, scoring tiles. I have jalopy in column 2, which is quite nice. Do I have anything big in column 2? Well, nothing huge, and by big I was looking for a scoring tile next to L and the word getting doubled. Okay, well, 38 points, that is quite a lot, but it's not terrible. So what am I going to do with my J? The O has gone for jalopy. I don't have anything ending in T. 14 minutes on my clock. I do have an A for aha. So what about this? I can play yap, and although it looks dangerous putting the Y next to a triple word square, not many letters go next to aha. I think it's just a T, possibly an M. But that's not setting up a huge spot. Oh, well, why don't I just play Jap in that spot, and nothing goes next to the J. I could play Jape, which then sets up... Well, this is interesting, how many E's to come? 4. The Y is a quasi-vowel, so this feels like a vowel-heavy rack. If I play the E here, I get an extra 3 points, 38 points. Column 1 isn't massively dangerous. Still 2 floating E's both sides of the board. I think this is a better play. 38 points with the J. So, can I do even better? And I'm taking out this Z spot, which is good. That would be a bingo-y score in itself. Yeah, I am going with this. Great, I draw the second blank. I've got the Y for score and to help play off some of these vowels. And I'm glad I played that E. If I'd held it, I might not have drawn the blank. Or I might have been even more vowel heavy. But could I have a bingo this turn? What about aerially? Might be good. Face value bingo. Not totally sure on that. So is there going to be a 7 here? That would be a 5 vowel 7. No, it could be a 4 vowel 7. Let me just see if anything comes to mind. And the floaters are D, R, and a P. Just checking opponent's still on turn, and he is. So not seen anything so far. K is also available as a floater. That would be aerially through an L, if it's good. No. Okay, opponent has played, I've noted that. Okay, so opponent plays Tomb for only 22, so I lead. D and M. Not seeing anything beginning with M. What about through D and M? No. No, well, oh gosh, I'll be setting up another wretched Z spot. Two of them. But 60 points, so I am going with this. And it is good. And I draw the Z. Amazing. Fantastic. And 3 S's, which is absolutely absurd. And look at this, 2 amazing Z spots. But can I get the Z to play twice in both spots? So, and I note SER is good, so I do have sizes in column 1, which is big, so I'm in a fantastic spot with this rack. So, I have got says and zar. What do I have next to the second one? Great, the first one remains available. 28 for opponent. Do I have a 5-letter play ending in Z? Very unlikely, although I'm close. Assay is good if I had an A. But there's definitely no 5-letter play ending in Z with this rack. The bottom triple letter square isn't better than the top one. So what I could do is play Z's for 68, taking out this bottom one. 68, is that better than column 1? 48, yes it is, 20 points better. So I am going with this. And, well, I still have my 2 S's from last turn. This looks close to a bingo. Wow, look at this floating K and E. Another floating E. Does that give me a bingo? Gosh, this feels close. And where else do I have to consider? I lead by over 100, which is good. Only 13 tiles to come. Opponent really needs to bingo now and bingo next turn. And even that might not be enough. Although it might. So this rack plus an E, I would have the IEST ending with stem, or I would have ISTS. Itemist's not good. No. Through an A, I would have misstate. Maybe opponent will oblige and open a new lane. Unlikely. So if opponent doesn't play in column 1, I could play smite, turning over tiles to expedite the end of the game and scoring well. Column 8, a bingo lane for 10-letter bingos beginning var. I don't have one of those. Any other lanes I've overlooked? Ulex takes a C in front. L, or okay, beginning with O or ending with L. No, I'm not seeing a bingo there. Well, opponent does not provide any floaters. So, is there really nothing with the E? I feel there might be. But what is it? Imagine one of the S's wasn't there. Set times. No, not seeing it. 9 tiles left. Spelt is good. And Taha. No, I don't have any way of scoring with spelt. So I have smite for 33. Okay, pretty good. Do I have a bingo? And I'm looking at this E as being the most likely. I've got the out prefix. No, not seeing anything there. And, well, I'm not seeing a bingo with this rack. It's not massively bingo-y. And only 1 pointers, so heading towards a lowly score, but I think I've done enough already. I lead by over 100, and there are only 4 tiles in the bag. So, what would I need to play tortuous? A U? No U's available. What about an outplay beginning with the O of tomb? Outroots. Oh well, opponent has blocked that. Only 10 points, that's great. One tile in the bag. So, what to do? Opponent's play of Agio has set up a spot for the H. Opponent is definitely losing this game. So I need to try and win with the highest score. Not always easy to do. And no obvious spots. So I've got the final S. Is that of any value? And could opponent be going out? He could have ing. No, not seeing anything through K or E, although there could be something. UG is good. What about playing to the right of Agio? No, not seeing anything there. I'd like to play off 4 tiles. That increases my chances of going out next turn. This feels pretty lame, but the rack leave is good. And it's obstructing the E, which is probably the most useful floater for opponent. I am going with this. So I can see what opponent's got. Not immediately seeing a bingo. Opponent's H can go underneath this C as well, so Agio generated 2 spots for the H. Am I going out with this rack? I have Dost and Routes. Anywhere for dots. Yep, 34 points for opponent. And opponent obliges with a nice spot for Todd's. For 26. And the final score, 347 for opponent, 459 for me, a winning margin of 112 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Great fun and a healthy winning margin. So, opponent to go first, played Dinar, and I play a Taxis for 79, and quite a few other bingos on offer, but nothing better. Opponent plays Wive, could have put UN in front. My rack. Wow, pre-wire, that's nice. E11. Double, double. Wow. Yeah, that would have been good. Wiper for 41, also fine. Pre-wire would have generated floaters. Opponent's rack. Plays Lung. Now D6, yeah, rebuy, that's my play. A buy with RE in front, and I thought that RE was better off on my rack. Reed is quite a good 4-letter set. Opponent finds a fantastic bingo with Crew Nodal, could also have played its anagram Cauldron. Phew, no missed bingo here, and Herded was my play. Opponent plays Curb, and now look at this, we're dead level, and I have the Q. So I pull the trigger on Toke, creating a triple-triple lane, but nothing obviously better. J2 Poet, that's the move I toyed with for a while, but I think getting rid of the Q is the thing to do. Opponent plays Finn, and now just 10 points between us. So L1, oh, well, Jade through the D. There are a lot of 4-letter J plays, so I don't like that. Jape is only 2 fewer. Better Rackley, P doesn't help ILY, so I like my play. Opponent struggling with a lack of vowels, plays tomb. And now, aerially, the only bingo. Did I play the higher scoring one? No, I didn't. I managed to put the blank on the double letter square. And this, well, it doesn't happen all the time, but this is something which never happens in real life tournaments and does happen when you're playing online or when I'm creating these videos. So 1 point needlessly left on the table with that play. Opponent plays convoy, and I have Z's for 68, which looks fine. Opponent with loafing, nowhere for it, plays flute. Phew, no missed bingo here, and smite was my play. Opponent, not a very bingo-y rack, plays agio, and didn't have the H when playing it. Now, did I blot my copybook at the end? No missed bingo here. So I play route for 14, D8. Oh wow, buyouts, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, and a decent rack leave, so buyouts would have been a lot better. So a minor blot, I think. Opponent's rack, no bingo, plays nay. And finally Todd's for 26 is best. So what a game, absolutely super fun. It flowed, there were no agonising racks. I think I was fairly fortunate to have racks which weren't at the extreme end of the awfulness spectrum, so it was fairly straightforward generating candidate plays. And once you're in a position that you can generate a decent candidate play in a short period of time, then it's fairly relaxing, just spending a little bit of time seeing if you can find a better one. And if you can't, well, you just go with the best that you've got. And the real pain comes when you have racks where you can't find any good candidate plays. Fortunately, that didn't happen for me in this case, and I ran out to a 100+ point victory. So many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.